Hey guys, what's up? It's NuclearVideosHD, and I'm here with the level 43 buildings and decorations video, or as I should say, rides or attractions and decorations video. Anyway, we are here in Krusty Land, and level 43 is, I really loved this level. I mean, some of the level updates are good, some of them are great, some of them are just and then you have others, occasional ones that are just, downright horrible. But this one, I really did like this, update. Very, very good. Lots of cool stuff came out, lots of new stuff to Krusty Land, and the big thing for me is that, a few of the attractions we got with the update were only shown pretty much on the interactive Krusty Land map, nowhere else. They were not in any episodes, they weren't in any comics, nothing, but, they were just on this map that, I guess, the Simpsons, I guess, created, or, whatever, so, that's really cool, and it shows, that, they can come out with a whole bunch more of these attractions that were only shown on the map, which is great, because there was tons of cool ones. A lot of them are already in the game, most of them actually, but there are a lot of them that are pretty cool. So I'm gonna stop blabbering now, and I'm gonna show you guys what I did with the 3 new buildings and the 4 new buildings, right? I don't know, I lost track. But anyway, I believe there was 1 decoration, right? I think. Anyway, it was the Duff Mug Fountain. I just threw that over here. I believe there was a tent there. One of those pavilion things, so now there's this little fountain, which is really cool, and I do like this fountain. It's really cool. I never really got a good look at it, but now I'm staring at it, and it's just so cool. Anyway, so that's a fountain, and tons and tons and tons of new buildings and all sorts of stuff. So we'll start with the Tavern on the Scream, which I mentioned in my last video that I didn't believe that this was from Krusty Land, which it is not. It is from Itchy and Scratchy Land. It's like the first place that the Simpsons visit when they go there, which is pretty cool. Now it shows that we'll be adding some Itchy and Scratchy attractions to our Krusty Land, which, I mean, it's good, because we're getting a whole new set of attractions, but it's bad on the other hand because it pretty much eliminates the fact that we might possibly get a Itchy and Scratchy mega update, but that's alright. It doesn't really matter, at least we got it. So Tavern on the Scream is over here in its own little lot, some flowers, some shrubbery around it. This is a beautiful building, very, very awesome, very nice. Go over here behind the Twirl and Hurl is the Krusty's Big Wheel. Awesome Ferris wheel, has its own little staircase and whatnot, so all you gotta do is build around it. Pretty awesome. Then I added in some of the parade balloons, which are now permanent decorations in our Krusty Land, which is very cool. So those are over there. Krusty's one plate maximum buffet over here, very cool. Tons of flowers and stuff. Krusty Land looks beautiful. I love the way I've done with it. Krusty Land, a lot of people complain, oh, it gave us a lot of land where we don't need it, but a lot of land is always a good thing. You can go crazy with your imagination, do whatever you want with it. So this really shows, how much I've added, all the shrubbery and stuff. So, that's very cool. Krusty's one plate maximum buffet. Very cool, like I said, flowers and stuff. And then I had this Duff Garden over here that was previously there. And then on the right of it is the unoriginal log slide, which again I'm very proud of. It's very cool. Got it doesn't even fit on the screen. It's so big. This is another building that kind of decorates itself really in a way because it's an outdoorsy looking building. So you don't have to do much about it. I saw a lot of people putting it right next to the Mount Crushmore, connecting the two, which was also a very cool idea. But this is a very awesome building, one of my favorite attractions in Krusty Land to date, and all around just a really cool building. So you got the path coming down here, some trees over here, and then the line over there that you can go in, and very cool. This doesn't make much sense up here. This little part up here, kind of just weird. I don't get how the person can go from the bottom to just going right up in the top like that. But whatever, you know, it's tapped out, it doesn't need to make sense. So anyway, that's it for the buildings and decorations video. I'm pretty sure that I didn't forget any decorations. I always forget to put some, but I believe that was it. Just the balloons and the Duff fountain was all that came with this update. We have the new character, which is Penelope. Very, very cool character, love it. And, you know, the 4 new buildings. I keep saying 3, keep forgetting about the Krusty's wheel. But yeah, very, very cool. Love this update. And, you know, I was actually kind of surprised. I don't know, I thought we were going to get a friend point prize with this update. But I guess not. You know, we're really behind on the friend points. You know, they were coming out monthly, and then they just stopped. You know, skipped a month, maybe 2. I don't really remember. But yeah, that's it for the Krusty Lands level 43. Very cool. Maybe they'll make another one of these Krusty Land themed updates sometime in the future, or they'll just keep on updating the buildings with each holiday update that comes. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching and subscribe. I'll see you guys with the next update, which should be coming any day now. Should be the monorail update, so I'll be looking forward to that. And, yeah, keep on tapping, guys. Peace.